That looks interesting. You're pushing the boat now, the boat's moving away. This could all end in misery. Don't fall. If we lost sight of where the river is and where the fields are, in other words, the water comes over into the fields, then we could go on, it could be dangerous, we could end up in a field. Morning! Woken to very high water levels on the River Soar, a village called Syston. It was raining heavily yesterday and all last night, and we've woken this morning and the boat's nearly over onto the towpath. So you can see here the boat behind us is almost over. We're not far behind it. Oh, good. Hi, we're Jackie and Michael, and we're exploring the rivers and canals of Britain on our 57-foot narrowboat Border Reiver. We'll show you what it's like to live day to day on a narrowboat, and we'll arrive in some beautiful places next to the water. We go and explore the areas we've moored at for the night, and we'll take you with us.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for.
We need to move from here because there's every chance if the water levels continue to rise, we could pop over onto the towpath. But I think the water levels are actually dropping now because it stopped raining in the early hours of the morning, and it appears that the water levels are not rising anymore. But yeah, we need to move because
oh dear,
the position we're in at the moment is not good.
Can I just say, the other thing is we're going to get wet feet.
We are going to get wet feet, yeah.
No, actually, we probably won't. We might probably do the centre rope without getting off the boat, I think.
Yeah, we might have to scramble along the gunnels to get the ropes off. So we can't really step out onto the towpath to take the TV aerial down, so there's Jack going along the gunnel on the open side of the boat, the water side of the boat. One hand for the boat, always. One hand for what you're doing and one hand for the boat, so always hold on to the boat. And she's back in through the crash cover into the well deck. Water levels are dropping. It's not dangerous for us to move, but it's potentially not good for us to stay where we are, so yeah, we're on the move. So it should be fun today. Let's see what today brings. Jack's up there trying to get the bow rope off. We'll have to take the ropes off from the boat rather than get off onto the towpath. Fortunately the weather's changing this week, and after a week of rain it's getting sunny again, so from tomorrow it gets better. But being on a river when it's raining and the water levels as high as they are, not a great place to be. But we'll do our best today. I'm sure we'll cope. That's the problem. This is a canalised river bit, so it interchanges with a canal, but it's still high water because of the river. That just leaves us with the, we put a bit of a spring on last night, so it just leaves us to get that one off. It's the trickiest one because obviously that's in the midships part of the boat, but that's the next operation. And this fender here that we put down.
Fender off?
That wasn't doing anything, was it?
No, not at all now. It was last night. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Look how we're going to push off.
Just be careful, one hand for the boat, remember. Oh, ingenious. Oh, balance it out. That looks interesting. You're pushing the boat now, the boat's moving away. This could all end in misery. Just don't push the boat. What are you gonna now? Where are you going? Step backwards onto the towpath. You've made the right pigs here, haven't you? Try again. That's a bit of a sloppy mess.
It's horrible.
The boat seems to be moving well away from here now. Can you pull the boat in again? I think we're coming in gradually. Right, you need to hand me that rope and then get back on here.
dog with me, it's fine.
Yeah. I'll just use. Don't worry about pushing the bow off. I'll use the bow thruster. Oh. Okay. Don't fall. Just be careful, please.
Bollard wasn't big enough for me to put with both feet on.
No.
And then I was pushing the boat off. That's one soggy, ropey mess, let me tell you.
Absolutely it is, yeah.
Dreadful. Right.
Good job.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Choking my hands.
Right, let's get out of here.
So the bow, fortunately, is coming away naturally, so that's not too bad at all. So I'm just trying to get away from the wall on the stern.
See how much the water's come over there.
Completely flooded that. you can see where we were. Yeah, so I think we just need to keep our eye on the water levels today. Yeah, because it's actually flooded all the way back to the bridge. It's even flooded under the bridge. Well, that was a bit of a drama first thing this morning. And when we woke up, the boat was a little bit of an angle because obviously we'd risen and the ropes were a little too tight, so I quickly got out and we slackened them first thing, didn't we?
Remember we were in France on our boat there, and we tied to some bollards similar to what we'd done there, and there was a huge lock beside of us, and they decided to alter the water levels during the night in the lock.
Oh yeah, gosh.
I got to go to the loo in the middle of the night, and the boat was like that.
Yeah.
I thought we were sinking.
Yeah.
It was about 3 in the morning, so we had to dive out of bed.
We jumped out onto the little pontoon.
Freezing cold. We had to leap off onto the pontoon.
You were above your ankles in water when you got off onto the pontoon.
Loosen the ropes off.
Yeah, it's very swollen as the river. Yes, we've just come through that bridge there. It was quite, obviously the water levels are high, so we've got less clearance underneath the bridge, and you can see the towpath's completely flooded there.
At this point the river was running really quickly coming in from our right, and we were both very anxious about what was going to happen to the boat. It was quite a dangerous situation. I could feel the boat being pulled left towards the weir, so I just had to put loads of gas on to try and get away from it, to try and hold. You can hear me putting the bow thruster on to in a vain attempt to think that might help us, but it certainly didn't. So what happened there then?
Oh, well, okay, we knew the water levels were high when we came off our mooring this morning, and then we just came under the road bridge, went past some moored boats, which was quite a few moored boats there, but they looked like long-termers, and then there was a sweeping left-hand bend, and the river came from on the right-hand side. You could see it was really turbulent was the water, and there was a lot of flow. As we came round that bend, the boat just sped up, but you could just tell we'd taken on an extra few knots of speed. And then just here, you can see there's a weir, and the weir takes the majority of the water away before we get to the lock, which is just in front of us. And we came alongside no problem at all, and we've tied up to the bollards. We're absolutely fine. But you can see over on the left-hand side here the ferocity of and the amount of water that's going down.
Yeah, you can just see it beyond that stop lock.
Yeah.
Or stop gate.
And we've just
I think the problem was as I came on, we could see the lock landing, and we were going a reasonable amount of pace with that weir, I didn't want to take the gas off in case the weir pulled us towards it.
Yeah.
So I kept the gas on to get past the weir towards the lock landing, and then of course I have to slam it into reverse to try and slow the boat down enough so we could get off to tie up. So some locals just walked past, and fortunately they walk this section all the time. They said you're absolutely fine to come where you are. It was safer here than where we were before, and that's the decision that we made this morning. It's not red boarded, there are no warnings, they've just walked it and they said it's really flooded, about to come over the side. So I think we're going to stop where we are now and let the water. It's difficult to tell whether it stopped raining now about 12 hours ago. It's difficult to tell whether it's coming down. It's probably still going up a bit.
But I think where we are is a good position, because you've got the weir,
Taking a lot of the runoff,
taking a lot of the runoff here.
Yeah.
Which is obviously why the weirs are there.
Yeah, and the locals said in all the time I've been walking it, this where you are now has been the safest bit. So this is a problem with being on rivers.
So we might just
have to stay here,
have a coffee, and maybe just have a little walk further on and just get a bit of a view of it. That would be a really good idea, I think.
Try and judge when it's starting to turn and come down again.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
Just checking the depth of the water from the top at the moment. What was that?
23.
23 what? Centimetres.
23 centimetres, yeah. So we'll measure it again later and see if it's going up or down.
Yeah. So we've just come to below the lock, and you can see it's all very calm and tranquil here, but you can see just below where the exit of the lock is, part of the river's coming back in there. The majority of it's still right over there, but yeah, it's definitely coming in a little bit here. So I just thought we'd have a bit of a stroll further downstream and see what's going on.
They're not bothered, are they?
The cows, no, the cows aren't bothered at all. They're loving it. Lots to drink. And
they like it swimming.
Yeah, you can see the speed of it.
Yeah, in the distance.
Just over here. Just see it coming.
Yeah, you can. What you don't want is it's breaking its banks just over there, coming to this pond here, if you like, or this overspill, and then into the into the river here.
Yeah, you can see how flooded it is there. This is a babbling brook in summer. Michael's disappeared round the corner. Yeah, there's nowhere to moor here. We're definitely safer where we are. Mother Nature has definitely taken back what's rightfully hers at the moment. Michael's doing his best to go arse over in the mud. Gosh, yeah, this is definitely the river section. You can see. Wow. Hello, mate.
You got muddy feet? Oh, bless.
I think you're safer there. Definitely. Where are your mates? Oh, they're over there. Oh, they look a lively bunch, don't they?
I wonder if they know he's the other side of that fence.
Yeah, no, I think these are boys.
And that's a girl?
I think so, yeah, because I think these just look a bit more aggressive.
He's got horns.
Well, yeah, a few of them have got horns. Hello.
There you go then. This footage is not sped up at all. You can see the speed that the river is running at. If we'd have continued here, we'd have been in real danger.
The sun's come out now, but you can still see how fast it's flowing. you think he's canoeing up that way? Where did he come from?
Do you think he's going to turn right and go down the weir?
Well, yeah, Rubber Dingy Rapids.
That could be sport.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he is. Looks
Well,
like he's keeping well away from it.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Sensible.
Gosh. Oh, what happens if he suddenly starts to go towards it? Do we go and rescue him?
I think by the time I got there, he'd be through.
Yeah, I do as well.
No, he's keeping well away from it.
Yeah. It's quite fast, that section where he's going on to.
Yeah.
Oh.
So latest measurements, it's still coming up. It's at 21 now. 21 centimetres, 23 this morning, so it's still rising.
Was that about an hour and a half after we took the first reading? I think
about
it
2
was.
hours. It's still rising though.
Yeah. So the sun's come out and it's absolutely beautiful now, but obviously it takes 24 or 48 hours for water levels to subside, and this is not doing any subsiding at the moment at all. Heavens above. That actually looks worse than it was earlier. I think it is. That poor tree there. It's getting taken a right battering. I bet the roots are nearly washed of all soil and everything around them. Yeah, that's really, really fast, that. Incredible, the power of water. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, so you can see how fast, just rapidly it's flowing there. And as I walk down towards Border Reiver, you can see it's really quite calm. Definitely. The levels are still 21 centimetres below the edge of the towpath, so it certainly hasn't gone up, which is good. Measuring time. Oh, well done. It's gone down that. What was that?
24, so it's going down.
Oh, good, okay. Excellent. So that's gone down.
Well, it was 23, then it went to 21, which meant it was still going up.
Yep.
But now it's turned and it's come down from 21 to 24, so
Oh, okay.
it's going down, yeah.
Good. Where Dr. Emmett Brown lived, who was the inventor of the Flux Capacitor. Lived here between 1894 and 1912, and he was a pioneer of time travel.
If anybody knows what a flux capacitor is, leave us a note in the comments.
Do you know what a flux capacitor is?
About a flux capacitor.
It's above my pay grade.
It is above your pay grade. Mine too.
Just noticed this old house here with this interesting beam in it. I wonder if that's part of the structure. If anybody knows, may drop us a comment below. That's really interesting. It's weird how this bit's so calm and tranquil and there's raging rapids behind us. Yeah, you can see the levels must have gone down because the ropes, that front rope's quite slack now, which is good. Can you believe that we've got such a tranquil end to the day? after the rubber dinghy rapids ride that was this morning. I can't believe it. Incredibly peaceful here. But back there you can still see there's a real flow on the river. But we are perfectly placed here next to the lock. Thank heavens.
So we've come for a walk, day 2. We saw yesterday that we arrived and it all got a bit messy. It was dangerous for us to carry on. We were hoping that we could move today.
So this is where we came through yesterday. We came off the canalised section there, which is the Leicester section of the Grand Union Canal, and then we were obviously met by the river which comes in here. As you can see, it's still really fast flowing, so we thought we'd take a walk up here this morning just to see how it was flowing, if it was still as bad. It's definitely going down, or it's not as fierce as it was. I think the water levels are slightly receding, but they're still really quite high. So it just shows that this whole section here on the EA environment map is actually quite flooded, and then the flooding continues further downstream.
We've looked on the
Environment Agency map.
yeah, and it's like we're stuck completely.
The red boarding is from north of Loughborough up to and past the Sawley Cut, which is a junction with the actual River Trent.
About another
it's not
10 miles, is it?
Yeah.
No, 20 miles.
20 miles from where we are. But this section here isn't red boarded on the Environment Agency website, but it does say there's some flooding, but the red boarding doesn't start until north of Loughborough, basically.
The good bit is that where we are, we're in between. You can see behind us where the river bit comes in to the canalised section, and then about quarter of a mile just down here before you get to the boat, there's a weir, and that takes the river away again, and then the water levels drop before you get to the lock. However, if we were to go through that lock and carry on, we've got 20 miles to go before we're onto an actual canal and away from the river. If we to carry on that bit, the next 20 miles, it's flooded. Because this is a meadow basically, and so if we lost sight of where the river is and where the fields are, in other words the water comes over into the fields, then we could go on, it could be dangerous, we could end up in a field. We don't want that.
No.
Nobody wants that.
No.
It means the tractor's got to pull us out and it's dangerous.
I think just looking at the map, the worst of the meadow section in this area is between here and Loughborough, which is about, I think it's about 10 miles and about the same number of locks. So clearly we might be okay slightly north of Loughborough until we start to get to where the tidal Trent has an impact. But I think from here to Loughborough is actually the problem.
So there we are. Billy, no mates. We're on our own, but we cannot move anywhere. It's just not safe to do that, so we're just going to have to stay here. We're going to have to think of alternative things to do. Keep monitoring the Environment Agency and the Canal and River Trust web pages and see when the red boarding stops, and make a balanced decision on when we can go on, because it's just not safe for us to go on. You saw that the problems that we had coming down here. This is a problem where rivers and canals meet each other. For the river sections it can get flooded, and therefore it's dangerous for narrowboats. We've just not got the same manoeuvrability as other types of boats, and it's just dangerous. It'd be dangerous for any craft to move on here. So we're going to have to sit tight and think of other ways to entertain ourselves. There's not a lot we can do. We can't go anywhere. So, hey ho, this is the life of a boater. Cheers.
Cheers.
We might be flooded, but we can still have a G&T.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's very bright sunshine. Cheers, good health.
Cheers.
We know how to live.
I've got a sneaky feeling you're stuck. Look at this. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us.
Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.